Or you went to public school? Got it. The stream is live. Hey, could you turn?
Yo, 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 yo. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Today is the 161st episode. Yeah, you like it. And I love it. Today, man, is a very cool episode today.
Let me do it
I'm
for
here
you.
with my.
Let me do it. All right, today's
Go
100.
ahead.
What you said, 161?
161,
Yo,
161.
man, Michael Davis, I'm in your face. Today's the 161st episode. If I was all that hot, I'd be on the 200th episode. But no, I got to be down in the 161.
Hey, I can have you on the 200 episode. I got you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Funny true story. I turned down an online interview with I shouldn't. It's a very prestigious morning show. Like last year they wanted to do something on the black panel, but I was just in a pity mood. But this is just as good. 161, man. 161.
Well,
So, dude, man, I love. I've seen your I've seen a couple of your interviews, man. That in your face. That's a great title.
Great title. Well, I came up with it because I'm a kick ass, what I'm saying, type of person. So I like to kick ass all everywhere I go. So it's the in your face show.
On your resume. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I had to get it on. Mr. Tony Cottrell said, "Legend."
Tony.
Oh man, thank you, brother.
That
Thank
stuff, man, that I showed you. That stuff is from Tony's thing that I'm doing.
Oh wow.
You can't really see it. You can't because you're on your cell phone, man. You can't even see it. Why am I even sending you this stuff, man? Why am I even promoting Tony, man? He sent me $20 for like $85,000 worth of shit. Work. No, I'm kidding. I'm messing with you.
Man, he's the best, man. He's the best. Yeah, man. So I hear you worked for, DC Comics, man. What was it like there?
Never worked for DC. I
Never worked for DC. Oh wow.
No, I see. That's a thing that, especially young artists and people coming up, they gotta start learning their vernacular. I did work for DC, but I never worked at DC. Right.
Okay, you worked for DC. Yeah.
Yeah. I did projects for them. I did the very first. They did a back in the '80s. They started an adult line, porn. Kidding. It was like an adult. think of comics as in like this would have been their HBO or Showtime books, right?
Basically.
And, I beat out some pretty big names to be the first artist that their first project came out with, and the book stuck up the place. And then this is my comic book journey. I met Mike Grell, Mike Grell, Lombard Hunter.
Yeah.
Met Mike Grell at the Mid-Ohio Con in 1987. Dennis Cowan convinced me to go to Mid-Ohio in 1987, and I was at a crossroads in my existence. I had just gotten married, and the St. Paul School, which is a very prestigious prep school in New Hampshire, offered me a teaching position. Right, so I would have been set. I mean, that kind of gig, that kind of old money gig goes like this. First of all, you don't pay for anything except for your phone bill. They supply everything. They give you a clothing allowance. They give you an apartment. They pay for everything, right? And after 5 years, they give you a sabbatical trip around the world, anywhere you want to go. After 10 years, they give you a house, and you're supposed to be there forever because these young, rich, Ivy League going, mostly white colored people. That's that whole old money thing. They keep you there forever. So if I would have went there, there's a very good chance I would have been there forever. But I had just gotten married. I was doing really well as an illustrator. I mean, I was booking with the best of them. And then I went to Mid Ohio Con, met Mike Grell, who blew my mind. First of all, when I graduated from school, I was reading the Longbow Hunters, waiting for the ceremony to begin. I'm a huge Mike Grell fan, huge Mike Grell fan. So when I met him, it was John Ostrander, the guy that created Suicide Squad. John Ostrander. I met John Ostrander. And this is my first time being around any comic book professionals on any level, except for those who I'd met in New York through Dennis. And so I meet John Ostrander. He and I hit it off, but he never called. Took a second. And he invited me to Mike Grell's room for some men's fun. No, to watch the premiere of Sable, one of Mike Grell's. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it was Sable was a TV show, and this was the premiere. I'm like, I'm on cloud nine. I'm hanging out with John Ostrander. I'm gonna hang out with Mike Grell. I'm gonna be in Mike Grell's room, right, with all these other comic book professionals, man, and that was an interesting experience. So anyway, Dennis was not anymore notoriously late everywhere he went, right? Always. So I'm like, yo, dude, man, 7 o'clock I could be at Mike Grell's room. Now Dennis knew all these people. To him, it was all hat, but to me, it's like it's Mike Grell. It's whoever else is gonna be there. So I'm like all excited. So I get to Mike Grell's room around 6:59. Knock on the door. Mike Grell answered the phone. Answered the door. Like, who are you? I'm like, So then I hear John Ostrander. Oh, he's with me. Grell doesn't even look at me. He turns around and the door's closing, and he didn't slam it, but he just turned around and walked away. And I'm like, okay. So now remember, I may have had a decent education, but I grew up in the hood. That's a very bad sign of disrespect. But I let it go. Right? I'm in Mike's room. Some of the biggest names of comics are there. Kim Yale. I think it was Kim Archie Goodwin. Kim Yale, who was Mike's wife and also a writer who unfortunately passed away. Not too long after that. It's like comic book royalty in that room. Right? Now, there was this back and forth, and Kim and John kept trying to engage me in conversation, but I didn't know anybody there but them, and I just met them. But like I asked Mike Grell a question, he just looked at me like I was black. I was like, all right, now I'm getting a little tired of this shit, right? I'm like, I don't know you don't know me, right? Anyway, it was horrible. It was horrible, and I generally felt bad. That's one of my biggest problems, man. I really, I care. I have empathy, too much empathy. Horrible. So at one point I'm thinking, yeah, man, it sucks. He's going around the room asking people what they think. I'm like, when he gets to me, I'm like, just tell him how it sucks. And everybody's like, oh, Mike, congratulations. Oh, Mike, you get a winner there. And everybody's like shining. They're not lying, but they're not telling the truth. Shit was horrible, right? So just me, I'm thinking to myself, he clearly it was a big day for him. Clearly I caught him at the wrong time, and clearly he's a little nervous. So, but what I'm not, what I can't do is lie. Not
Mm-hmm.
because first of all, it's morally in that big word I can't pronounce. But also my memory is such that if I tell you something that's not true, I'm gonna forget it. And then the next time you ask me about it, I'm gonna go, what? So I couldn't lie, but I wasn't about to tell this guy who I dreamed about meeting, um, sucks. So I did the political thing. He asked me what I thought. I said I like the comic book better. He's like, so did I. From that moment, we were boys. Went downstairs. He brought like 20 people dinner. Right, we're sitting there, we're making fun of people who were. I remember first time I'm anywhere near comic book royalty. It's my first comic book convention. Well, actually, I went to the New York one, but that wasn't a big deal. But this is my first real convention in Mid Ohio, and I'm meeting all these people. Met Kyle Kalish there. Met Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird before they became rich and famous with the Ninja Turtles. They had
Wow.
mimeographed copies of the Ninja Turtles book there, and I hung out by their table and we just hit it off. And I got them invited to the DC Comics dinner. And Kevin remembered that when he became rich and famous and started Tundra Publishing, and he reached out to me and said, "Hey, anything you want to do?" How cool is that? He remembered that. I was like, "That's cool,
Wow.
very cool." Kevin
So
Easton's one of the most underrated and incredibly talented, good people in this industry. So Mike Grell tells me this has to do with me how I started in the business. He tells me about this guy Mark Neverlow who's starting this new imprint at DC, and so I leave. I was supposed to be in Middle Ohio for 2 weeks, but I leave because I want to see what's up with this guy Mike Grell made an appointment for. So I go there and Mike and what's his name Mark Neverlow gives me two assignments. First, technically, it wasn't my first gig in comics. My first gig was I did covers for DC for a book they did called Wasteland, right? And
okay,
this is
okay.
Marvel, but I really wasn't doing any real major work in comics. But this was my first major work in the industry, and the rest is history. So my first gig was etc. Which, by the way, was a huge hit in France. I'm not kidding. I mean, I'm a Beatle over there. It's freaking me. I still get fan mail from France because they like Jerry Lewis too. So what can you say? So I went from etc. Then my next thing was Shadow, another miniseries, and then I went to then it was Milestone, and after Milestone, I ran Motown Film and TV. So my comic career has been 2 prestige books, and then running companies.
Oh
My
wow.
own. So
I got a question. So about the company that you co-founded.
I look
What
forward.
happened? Tell us about tell the people about Milestone.
Well, Milestone was a front for Colombian drug money, and
Okay.
Derek Dingle was the I'm messing with you, man. Milestone was Dennis Cowan's. I mean, a lot of people think it was Dwayne. This takes nothing away from Dwayne. Dwayne McDuffie was more Milestone than all of the partners put together because he's just that brilliant of a human being. But Dwayne not only wasn't the first editor in chief, um, Dwayne, he wasn't when we started Milestone. It was Jim Owsley, now known as Christopher Priest,
Mm-hmm.
and Dwayne was the third person that Dennis called. The first person he called was me. Second person he called was Jim Owsley, and then Dwayne. And so he wanted to create a. He's had the same idea that you had when you were a kid, that every black kid in this country has had when they read comics. Your own comic book company featuring people that look like you.
Mm-hmm.
Every black kid has had that dream. Dennis is the only person on the planet that got it done, though. He was it.
Wow.
That was, so um, that that was interesting. I gave up. A, 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 I was doing well, and then I went all in for at milestone. You know, which
So
I do not regret, except for that, and then there was that other thing. Yeah, but man, that was ridiculous. Okay, is that straight now? Is it straight? Because I was crooked on here. So yeah, that's it. I mean, what I did at Milestone. Everybody at Milestone, all the people who were creative, me, Dennis, and Dwayne. Oh, Jim Owsley. I mean, Christopher Priest decided to stay at DC and become our liaison between DC and Milestone. So um, we put the universe together like 4 months. Jim Owsley wrote the majority of it. Dwayne came over. Dwayne went over it when Owsley left and made it better. Now this is what Jim says himself. I'm not just saying this is what Jim says. He says he made it better. But I didn't know if it was better or not because they were both just such phenomenal writers. Then this takes the overview and the plan to Paul Levis at DC on a Friday. On a Monday, Paul called us and said we want to do it, and the rest is history. Anybody there? Are you there? All I'm seeing is my face. Okay. Am I not on? Are you online? I don't know. I don't know what happened. I hope I didn't get hacked again. That'd be freaking ridiculous. I just see me. Exit full screen. Am I online? You're in the show. Everybody can see and hear me. All right.
sorry about that, brother. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Had a
Maybe
phone call for that. Going had a phone call. That was my mistake.
it's on.
Yeah, I had a phone call. That was my mistake.
Whoa,
Sorry
that
about
was an
that.
interesting.
Yeah, it went out for some reason. I don't know why.
It went out on my end. You know why? Because my internet
Why?
connection is not by Michelle. Doing this on
I
a
feel
cell
you.
phone, man. You can't show the artwork. You got me up, man. It's like then I'm talking to myself, and I said some profound stuff there, man. Right. So that's it. I
Right,
mean,
right.
at Milestone, I was responsible for uh, the talent program, marketing, and my creative work was I I co-created all the characters, but I wrote the Static Universe Bible. In other words, what I got was who Static was. He was our archetype was Spider-Man. So it was a black nerdy kid with electrical powers. And believe it or not, we didn't even think about Black Lightning. That didn't occur to us till like damn near somebody pointed it out at the convention. We didn't think about Black Lightning at all, right? Which is probably good because if we would have thought about Black Lightning, we probably would have said, you know what, we should, would have went another way, you know. So
Right. But Static Shock was so
huge,
great, man. Hell yeah, so huge. And it got its
huge.
its own TV show.
Really, I
Oh,
didn't know that.
oh, man. Yeah, I saw it.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, man, we went toe to toe with Pokemon on occasion, right?
Yeah, man. That
And
was a
and
big
and
showdown,
and
man.
and every so often we would win, and that's during when Pokemon was like crack, you know.
Yeah. That is the crazy thing is, man, at one time, Static Shock was like one of the popular, animation, series up there, other than, Spider Man and, the time.
Hey, when I did you just go out again? I this is too funny. Okay, so here I am. Am I still on? Hello? Welcome to the In Your Face Show. I'm Michael Davis. I'm here by myself because that's the way it's going. I wonder how I can show stuff. All right, we may have to do this again.
Sorry about that. Now they saying Chrome was updating and stuff like that. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know. I don't know what the hell going on. Sorry for the
I
technical
know, man.
difficulties, y'all.
I'm like,
It's going
I'm like
crazy.
today's show.
Sorry
I'm
about that.
busy. I need to go do my brother's podcast, but
I'm sorry about that.
today's show. Don't worry about it.
But I got a comment in. I got a comment in the comment box. He got a great great comment. Sorry for stuttering. He got a great
I
comment
got a
though.
big comment.
Yeah, he said, "Do you think we'll see a live action static movie, and who would you cast as the character?"
There was a Michael B. Jordan was producing one that was
Oh
supposed
wow!
to. Oh yeah. That was supposed to drop in early or mid 2024, but I think that's been put on hold. Now I'm not privy to what's going on at the current milestone, but um, it's a real deal. It's really in development. And Reggie Hudlin, Reggie Hudlin, that mofo. If anybody can get a black superhero movie made, it's Reggie Hudlin. Um, Reggie Hudlin was co-producing it with Michael B. Jordan. And Michael B. Jordan was talking about an entire cinematic milestone universe, which would have been cool, you know. But now,
Yeah,
and here's the ridiculous yet comical, well, tragically comical. Um, what are you like? 59, 60? No, were you a kid when you read Static?
mhm.
I don't want to hear how you were 1 year old back in the day. I don't want to hear that. Right?
No, no,
Yeah.
I was like
You,
10, like I was in my teens.
Static's been off the air officially. I mean, you'll still see it in pockets of whatever. It's been off the air. There's been no new episodes of that sucker in almost 20 years, right?
Wow,
Actually, it's on from 2000 to 2004 in exactly 20 years, right?
wow,
But the African American community knows about that character. That
wow.
that there are kids, there are white kids dressing up as Static as Halloween. There Static is such a African American phenomenon, and I've said this before, but nobody listens to me because I'm always right. Um, the amount of interest in that show from people who haven't even seen it, because what we do, right, is we tell. I mean, black people in America is just like, you know, we still have a lot of connection to us back in the sister land. We we give out information at a level that, you know, for lack of a better word, the white boys will never understand, right? We give
Right,
out information. It's sort of like Eminem and Vanilla Ice. Eminem is a bona fide master of his craft. Vanilla Ice is a trivia question, right? And it's true, man. He'll even tell you that. And the putting them in the same category, you can only put them in a category to illustrate the fact that one's authentic and one's not. Um, it's the amount of power behind a character which hasn't seen the light of day in 20 years is freaking ridiculous. That and nobody's taking advantage of that. Remember Black Bart,
mhm,
little Black Bart t-shirts, right?
mhm.
Somebody made a lot of unauthorized money off of that bitch, right?
Yeah,
There's an
mhm.
entire interest. Right now, you can go on line
YouTube.
and look up Static costumes. None of that shit, excuse my French. None of that shit, excuse my French. None of that shit is licensed by Milestone or DC. It's just people hand over fist putting it out there. T-shirts, you name it. Right now,
Right.
let me back up. I don't know if there's if I've had this conversation 2 years ago or a year ago, I could say without a doubt that none of that stuff is licensed by DC or Milestone. But now it could I could be wrong, right? But the fact that this thing is so phenomenally entrenched in our community, even if you weren't even alive when the sucker was on TV. It's crazy. I mean, when you think of and this is not a slight to anybody who created it. When you think of what's his name? What's Spider-Man's? Like Spider-Man's half Puerto Rican, half black. What's the name of that character?
Counterpart.
No, it's the Spider.
Miles Morales.
Miles Morales. When you think of Miles Morales, man, have you seen Into the Spider-Verse?
Mm-hmm.
When you heard him speak, who did that sound like?
Sound to me sound proper.
If you close your eyes, that's Static speaking. I'm not taking anything away from the creators of that sucker, but that and that character is doing zillions for Marvel, and that character is not. It's not. Static was not only Static was before it. Static's not derivative of anything. Static's an original character created by African Americans, and Miles Morales' swagger, his attitude, swagger. White people don't know that attitude and swagger are two different things. All that stuff, it seems if you close your eyes, is nothing but Static. It's
right.
But because Disney's infrastructure is one in which synergy exists when and if Static gets out on the gets this big play, everybody gonna think we're ripping off Miles Morales.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, it's crazy, man. A lot of these movies, right? A lot of these movies out, like Black Panther, I've never understood, you know what I'm saying? I never understood it. A white guy created it, right? But
Two
he gets
Jewish guys created the Black Panther.
Exactly. Two Jewish guys created the Black Panther, right?
That's kind of cool if you think about the fact when they did it, though. They created the Black Panther at the height of the civil rights movement and called them the Black Panther when the Black Panther Party was on the FBI's most wanted list. That's some badass shit. That is just gangster. I mean, come on. You're calling it the Black Panther, and it's black, and the boy wasn't local. He was a king, right? That's the only way they got away with it. Well, you can't have this African. Well, hey, he's not American. He's a master.
But I realized that
reading that thought of the Black Panther is anything but a homegrown black from the States superhero. Right? That's regardless, he said he hung out in Wakanda. I didn't know how to pronounce that until I heard it in the movie. Nobody was paying attention to that. Nobody was paying attention to that. When they bought a book with the Black Panther in, they were paying attention to the fact that there was a black superhero in the comic books that they could relate to.
Right, and I think that Static should get the adulation that Black Panther got when it first came out in the movies.
Say it again.
You know what I'm saying? I said I think Static should get the adulation that Black Panther got when Black Panther came out in the movies for the first time.
People think he's crazy, but Static's gonna, compared to what Static should do, Black Panther is like a pimple on the ass, because Black Panther was a first of all, how cool. The movie was a black movie. It was a black cast. It was black directors, it was black producers, right? And it had a black soul. But at its heart, the character was became ours because the people putting the movie together created that energy, right? But Static
Mm-hmm.
is already ours. Static is already as much a part of what we're doing, as African Americans now, than this person, Catherine
Oh yeah, yeah.
Barlett. You know this person?
Catherine. Yeah, I know who. I know her. She said, "How
Yeah,
you
yeah.
doing?"
Now I'm figuring out
Hey, Catherine. How you
Catherine
doing?
Barlett.
What am I?
Good, cool. Because I'm like, hey, they think I'm like, yeah. You think I'm
You'll be
like,
okay. You'll be okay.
but that Static's already in the in the consciousness, and the fact that it's generating millions of dollars of unclaimed revenue. Do you really think? And I have nothing. Hey, I had issues with DC before, but that administration is going with the wind, right? I ain't nothing but love for what they're doing over there now. DC's run by a black woman. Hello, hello.
Yeah,
You still
yeah.
there? Did you know
No, no,
DC
no.
was run by a black woman?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I did
okay.
not know
And
that.
and, and
I did
actually, it's
not
run
know
by
that.
a black woman runs it. Jim Lee's Asian, and he. I mean, it's a third world company, right? And the stuff that it's always been my favorite universe. But think about it. The amount of awareness of this character that's been off the air for 20 years. It's ridiculous, right?
Yeah, man. Like that's. I really think it should get. I really think it should get more. I think it should get the adulation that. I really think that Static should have came out when Blade came out.
When
Like it
who?
should have started when
When
Blade
Blade
came
came out?
out. The year Blade came out, like that was like late.
Blade
That was
came
like
out
late
what?
'90s,
94?
late '90s, early 2000s.
Blade? Nah, Blade was in the mid 90s. Wasn't the late 90s.
No,
Can you
no,
find
that
out
was
when
late
Blade came out?
'90s,
No,
late
Blade
'90s,
wasn't the late 90s. I'm gonna
early
tell you now.
thousands.
It wasn't the late 90s, the mid 90s. Or wait, you might be right. But if you are, I'm not gonna admit it. Wait a minute. Think about the original Blade with Wesley Snipes, right? I'm thinking 90, 98 maybe?
Yeah,
98,
late
98.
'90s. Yeah, late '90s.
So that's where you went. I went to public school, so that's like mid 90s to me. But first of all, Static didn't get on the air until 2000. So
Okay.
it wouldn't the timeline doesn't work. And Blade's been around. Man, Blade's 50 years old. Marv Wolfman created Blade in 68, in the early 70s.
Wow.
Marv Wolfman created Blade in the early 70s.
That's crazy, man. So, like, what was it like for your first break, crack at, all these
My
projects, man?
first
What was it
crack
like?
at it. What was it like when
Yeah.
I first did crack? Did you just say that? What was it like when you first did crack?
No,
Well,
no, no. I was
I was
saying
very upset that it wasn't well. I made it up. What do you mean when I first did?
when you first
When
basically got your first break, your first break at, first came into the industry, and how was it? What was your
I
feeling?
I I got a my story is not typical. Um, because I had a pretty pretty decent. I was doing well. I'm well. How well? I mean, where you in New York,
I'm in New Jersey, yeah,
New Jersey? What part of New Jersey? I
Camden.
lived in Jersey City for a split. What time? What part?
I live in Camden.
Camden. A lot of
Yeah,
trees and white people, right? trees and white people, Camden.
White
Oh
folks
wait,
was living
Camden.
in it on the Camden,
Wait,
Camden.
wait, Camden. And
No, no,
wait a
the
minute.
Camden. No, it's called Camden. M D CAMDEN.
Sound like Compton. Sound like Compton. I don't care. I lived in Jersey City, man. I lived in Jersey City right when it started to compete with Hoboken for a for a when it just started when it was no longer cheap. Um, but it wasn't anywhere near what New York was. But at the
hmm
time,
New York has always been high.
well, they do a lot of blow. At the time, give me a second. New York has always been high. Give me a second.
You
Must
always
be a
make a
delay
joke.
here. Must be a delay. At the time,
Always been high the prices, man.
at the time, I was in Jersey City. Now remember, it had just begun to gentrify, right? But
hmm
my loft that I was living in was close to, now imagine a $3 million loft in the mid-90s in Jersey
Mm.
City. So I was
Wow.
okay. Um, but so I was already working, as an artist. I went, and because my cousin, who's an artist named William T. Williams, he's a world famous, the very first artist who was asked to contribute work to the Jansen History of Art. The Jansen History of Art is the Yale, So once again, it's Michael Davis for Canada Dry. Canada Dry, when your podcast goes black.
Sorry about that. This is
No,
is
man, don't worry about it. Hold on a second. Who's
it
that one
always
now? Is that the Today Show? They still want to do?
it always happens, man. Not always happens, but it happens when the Wi-Fi and all that stuff is acting stupid.
So I was already working as an illustrator, and I've never tried to get a. I've never created a portfolio to try to get comic book work. I wanted to be a cartoonist when I was younger, but my cousin told me I would starve and die if I became a cartoonist. But the industry has changed so that what I do as an illustrator, you can also do. You can do it now in comics. A lot of that's because of Bill Sienkiewicz. Bill's work really revolutionized the American comic book scene. They were doing painted shit in France for years, right? France and the stuff they were doing. Japan, America, Japan and France, were light years ahead of where the American comic book industry was. And
Wow.
on some levels, still are. One of the things that they don't do
Yeah.
in Japan is they
Yeah.
don't
China.
on the same audience.
China and Japan is like on another level. Like, wow, manga. What the fuck?
Yo, man, don't use those words. I would never use that word. I say things like, what the fuck? Yeah, stop. What the fuck? You know, it's a whole nother. You know, the Japanese they do great stuff, and it's either great or it's just weird. Because I don't know if you've ever watched exotic films from Japan. It's like that. What? Like a dodo bird meets a heroin addict.
Yeah. I
Not that I
mean,
would
you
know,
know, I
but
mean,
you know, they have a
I mean,
comic book in Japan which sells millions of copies. I don't know if they still publish it, but I'm sure they might. It's called Rape Man. Rape Man. Rape Man. I am not kidding.
wow,
Millions of
rape
copies.
man.
Rape Man. We can't even
What the?
in our politically correct society, you can't even say that out loud. You know, I've been canceled or I'm canceled on so many levels, right? Anyway, so I was already working professionally. I've never showed up and all the comic book work I did. Like I got a gig. Archie Goodwin um had a magazine called Epic, and I was up at Marvel Comics for no apparent reason, and saw the stuff on Archie's. I mean, you know, in Marvel offices they had posters up whatnot, and I'm looking through this magazine, and they did fully painted artwork. So I'm like, "Can I come in and show you some stuff?" He said, "Sure." And I was already up there with my book because I was going to another appointment. But he gave me a gig right then and there because the um the format was something that I could do, right? Um, so, uh, but I, all the comic book stuff I've done, has been somebody like Mike Grell calling and say, "Hey man, you should take a look at this guy's stuff." Uh, and I work for Photograph. I can't do what those guys do. I'm always amazed at guys that I mean. I stopped. I work from. I got to see it to draw it, right? I mean, he makes this. I can't. I I was on that trick until my cousin said, "No, you know it's a dying industry," and he was right because that industry it didn't die, it evolved. You know, but
Yeah.
what guys like Dennis do is a whole nother. I can't even. I got to look at it. I can't see it.
You know, it's crazy because do you still keep in touch with your old coworkers?
We being at Milestone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
First of all, they weren't coworkers. I was management.
Well, you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying.
I was the owner. You know, nothing wrong with little people. It's funny. I got into trouble for mentioning somebody. See that Milestone movie, man? I was like, I was an owner, and I was interviewed for 19 hours, and they used less than a minute of my interview. So I mentioned that
19.
they interviewed me for 5 hours,
Damn.
and they used less than a minute.
Oh, I'm about to say.
No,
Oof.
5 hours. They used less than a minute. Um, and I was like, hey, you know, I was like that's kind of messed up. People thought I was getting on interns, which I wasn't. I said that you know, they're phenomenal. I mean, Joe Illich and Jason Scott Jones, two phenomenally talented brothers who started as interns. I meant no disrespect. I even said, you know, that's how they started. They got 8 minutes of time. I'm like, so um, people rip my booty. I'm like, I'm just, you know, I'm just concerned about, you know, 'cause, you know, I mean, it's like this. what's his name told me this. Little Richard, right?
Mm-hmm.
He came to one of my parties when I was running film and TV from Motown, and I did what I usually do when I meet somebody that would through my mom to talk to. I call my mom and put him on the phone. I had Stevie Wonder sing "Happy Birthday" to her. Little Richard was like, "This is great, man." Babies, I mean, if they had something that spoke to my mom, I would call, I would meet him, and put my mom on the phone. So he really liked her, and he told me about what why it's so important for him to get recognized as one of the fathers of rock and roll, because that's a check. That's a that's a check, because your your fee goes up with when you got stuff behind your name which has gotten some sort of cachet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Saying that he was an inventor of rock and roll. He wasn't the inventor. He was one of the first inventors, right? And the stuff that he did was certain. I mean, the boy was out there ambidextrous in the 50s. He was a black man. I mean, he was not a trailblazer. He was a blazer of many trails, right? Him and Chuck Berry, and he
Muddy
was not
Waters and all that.
recognized as the boy. I mean, as someone in his position should have been recognized.
Yeah.
Like, are you a football fan, baseball fan, right?
I'm a football fan.
Football.
Football.
Who's your team?
Dallas Cowboys.
Hold on a second. This mofo. Doubt. You know, not all that kind to black people. I mean, it's like, so who was the big quarterback? Who was that money quarterback? Who was the franchise quarterback?
Of where? Of the team?
Dallas.
What
like
year?
The Jet, any year. I mean, like the Jets, it's always going to be Joe Namath, right?
Basically Roger Staubach.
Roger Staubach, right?
Roger Staubach.
Roger Staubach. Even better analogy. The Beatles, four white guys that did a little thing, right? Let's assume the Beatles are all four of them are still alive, right? John, Paul, George, and Ringo, Michael, Jermaine, and Tito. And it's announced that the Beatles are going to do a new concert. And the press conference happens, and there's John, there's Ringo, there's George. Paul is not even there. Paul, not only is Paul not there, nobody mentions why Paul isn't there. So what's the conversation going to be? It's going to be, well, okay, I'm great the Beatles getting back together, but where's Paul? If you do something which is known everywhere, except in the black community, and you get questioned on your authenticity, or you get questioned on whether or not you really had anything to do with that, it not only draws your credibility into a conversation you don't want to have, because you don't want to have to, you need to look this up on Wikipedia. First of all, Wikipedia is bullshit. Anything that you write on Wikipedia, I can come around and say that you worship Satan with a broom handle. All I need to know is, have some juice on that Wikipedia board that decides what stays and what goes, right? And don't tell me that Wikipedia doesn't have some people that let their friends slide with shit, right? Because if you depend on Wikipedia for facts, you will be you are quick facts like what's a butterfly? Yeah, but if you want to know, who's running corporate shit at General Mills, you go to the General Mills website. You don't go to Wikipedia, right? So they have no vested interest in keeping stuff Current. So if I say that, first of all, I never say I created static. I said that I created the static universe, which I did. You know how much I had to do with icon?
Wow.
I think that I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that my and I think I shared this with Derek or Dwayne. The idea for rocket to look like to be reminiscent of Halle Berry, right?
Ah.
And this is before Halle Berry became a superstar, but the black community knew who Halle Berry was, right? Everybody knew who Halle Berry. Where we were, white people was like, oh, just no, but we knew who Halle Berry was. We didn't base in the style of, influenced by, um, what do you call it? Curtis Metcalf, Lawrence Fishburne. You take a look at stuff that's out there. So when somebody says you created something and then somebody instantly questions you, not only does it, regardless of the age or it doesn't matter, you did it, you created that. Don't worry about what everybody else said. Really? Really? Try saying that you created Mickey Mouse and see if Disney doesn't come after you with a brick, right? That has, not only does it have power, it has weight connected to it. So when you go on a lecture circuit, right? Anything that you can Google, which says X, Y, and Z, that adds to your bio, and that's what gets you paid. DreamWorks was not Dream. You know what? Steven Spielberg, Jeffrey Katzenberg, and David Geffen. Those are the partners at DreamWorks. You know what they put up for DreamWorks?
What they did?
Their resume. They didn't put in $1. Wall Street put in that $1 billion, which sounds like a lot of money. It was a lot of money back then. They put up their resumes. Their resumes got them that $1 billion, right? Their resume. I mean, come on, what kind of resume we're talking about? Prince of Egypt. We're talking about Steven Spielberg. He can cover that stuff by himself. And then Katzenberg brought all his Disney credits over, and Geffen, is a big guy in the music industry. So they put up their resume. So I can tell you stuff about what I've done and the things that I've achieved that you would never ever believe that exist, right? I'm blow your mind right now. Where'd you go to high school?
I went to Woodrow Wilson High School.
Woodrow Wilson High School.
Mm-hmm.
You know how hard it is to get your name on a high school? It's usually you got to be a president, somebody shot, American history, right? The Gordon Parks Academy, Gordon Parks, right? Like Gordon Parks. People say Gordon Parks is the black Da Vinci. No. Da Vinci was the white Gordon Parks because Da Vinci did not face the kind of shit that Gordon Parks had to face. Gordon Parks was the first black director of a major motion picture, Shaft, right? First black photographer to write for Life magazine. To work for Life magazine. He's got so many first black behind him. It's like it's a who's who of what he's done. The Gordon Parks Academy in East Orange, New Jersey, has the Michael Davis Auditorium, right?
Wow.
Yeah, that. To get that kind of honor, to get your name on any municipality, there's this rigorous vetting, because you can't come out later that I used to do it to puppies, that your stuff's gotta be correct. So I got that honor because of my mentor program. The biggest, one of, if not the biggest, sales plus for the comic industry in the last 20 years especially in the last 5, has been the educational market, right? The holy grail of any comic book publisher, Marvel, DC, Disney's MouthWorks, Lucas Learning, whatever, any comic book publisher, Archie, the holy grail has always been to get into the get comics into the schools, not as bring it in so you can read it during your downtime, but as a curriculum. The only entity to be able to get a comic book program taught as a curriculum in American schools was Lucas Learning.
Wow.
No, it was me.
Wow. That's awesome.
No, where's my props? Shut up. Where's my props, man? I mean, literally, everybody and their mother has been trying to get comics as a curriculum. It's been in there for more than 20 years. It's called the Action Files. You can actually go online at Amazon and get the books without the teacher's guide. And that's the sort of stuff that gets people to name school after you. And my mentor program and all the stuff I'm doing, right? So that's a big deal. And I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm just trying to create a realistic picture of what I'm talking about.
That is a real deal. That's big. That's big money right there.
No, it's very. I got to be very talented. I mean, that's a huge deal. For a second, so I'm told, they may have just been shining me on. They said they would consider me for the name of the school. I'm like, yeah, right. But imagine having your name. Imagine being on any level associated with Gordon Parks. But here's the thing: when I graduated from Pratt Institute, my commencement speaker was Gordon Parks.
Wow.
And I knew who he was then, and I was like a fan. I was like, hey, and 13 years later, there's a marching band and the mayor of East Orange, New Jersey, and all these dignitaries and senators coming out to dedicate the Michael Davis Auditorium at the Gordon Parks County. And I had 50 seats. I brought my wife, and that was it. But that's something that you have to sit and explain to most people. I can go to a group of Black people and say, my name's on an auditorium. Actually, I go to a group of Black people who work in the arts, who work in, or education, and they'll know the coolness of Gordon Parks Academy. But you go to a group anywhere in the country. Unfortunately, most people don't know, the legacy of Gordon Parks. Don't know who he is, right? When they did that Lovecraft episode, people are like, oh, people thinking that somebody made that up about this man. No, that was a nice shout out to Gordon Parks. So that's something you got to sit there and go X, Y, and Z, right? And it's in academia, I get a lot of juice. Nobody else in the comic book industry has anywhere near that kind of acceptance, as in terms of having your name put on something which isn't spray painted, right? And again, I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm just trying to say, but it's in media, in the African American community, in the creative community, period. You mentioned Static Shock, instant recognition, instant respect, right? So
yeah.
And it doesn't bother me like it used to bother me, because I'm like, where's my flowers? Now it bothers me because it's the conversation that comes after somebody asks you what it is that you do, this, that, and the other, right? I was at a meeting at NBC, which they called because they wanted me to to join the writing room on this black sitcom they were doing, and I'm remember they called me in, and the executive producer is telling people about me and whatnot. And said, "Well, tell them a little bit about your career." And I'm like, I was an illustrator, yabba dabba doo. I'm co-creator Static Shock. No, you didn't. This brother from no, you didn't. That was all Dwayne McDuffie. Literally in a meeting at NBC, he waited till his boss was out of the room, but then he had to confront me. Then what it is, it's a lose-lose situation. You can take a guess that this on Wikipedia. That's it's ridiculous, and that sort of shit translates. I met a guy. My publicist introduced me to a guy at a Christmas party, and she said, "Oh, Michael, this is Randy. Randy told me he created Static Shock." And I'm like, "Really?" And she was about to say to him, I'm like, "No, let me hear what Randy's got to say." Right? And it was no, I mean, I didn't embarrass him in front of his kids. Like, you need to stop that because everybody in this room, right, may not know that you did not do it. But the fact that my publicist is here telling people that the real co-creators here will not do well for your place in this world in the entertainment business. So it's just, I don't even know why we got on this subject, man. You just pissing me off. So anyway, I did that, and the artwork I sent you. Oh wait, I can show you some of the stuff from here. I think. Maybe not. But so long story short, my first break officially, I guess, was when Dennis brought me to Mid Ohio, and I met, Mike Grell, and then a few years later, Kevin Eastman out of the blue. I mean, you become a multimillionaire, and then you remember somebody who did you a kindness years before that. That's not typical, It's
Right.
like the minute you get that kind of money, it's like they forget not only forget where they come from, that people forget man, So that's the sort of stuff that
people forget where they come from.
They forget where they come from, but they even worse, they forget where they're going.
Yeah, and that's crazy, man. Like man, you had a long life.
Say what?
You had a long life, man. Woo.
I'll tell you the story. There was I won't tell you the name of the artist, but Jim Shooter, when Jim Shooter ran Marvel, there's a black artist who he wanted to put on Spider-Man before any black artist was on Spider-Man. So Jim Jim asked him what he thought of another artist's work, and the artist just peed all over this guy. Man, that guy X, Y, and Z, and I don't really think he can do this. I really don't think he can do that. The thing about it is, Jim had hired that artist, so it's not just you're shitting on somebody's artwork. You're shitting on the decision that made. I mean, it's crazy. So he blew that. So
Wow.
I don't know. I don't.
That's wild. That's amazing, man.
Yeah, I mean.
Hey, man, you're a legend in your own right, man.
I
You're a
am
legend
not a legend, but tell me more.
You are a legend. You know what I'm saying? You co-created Static Shock, and you basically work with Motown, man. Like
No,
that's
I did not work for Motown. I had a co-venture with Motown.
a co-venture. Well, hey, at least
Basically, when they recruited me, which nobody thought was serious, Clarence Avant, who just recently passed away, and that still bothers me. Because Clarence was not only my mentor, he was the rock, in my opinion. He was the rock and the heart and soul of the black entertainment industry because Clarence was not only a straight shooter. Clarence would always look out for us collectively.
Yeah.
So Clarence, my deal with Motown, Motown put up the money. I put up my resume, right? And I had 30% of the business. So I didn't work for them. I had a co-venture with them, and from my budget, I paid myself more than anybody else in the hit. No, I paid
Wow.
myself out of my budget. But
Well, and so have you met the Temptations while you was doing that thing with Motown?
excuse me a second.
You gonna do me like that?
Hey man, you see Danny Ross with a panties on? What? There are very few. Dude, I've got I can tell you stories. Yes, as a matter of fact, yeah, I hung out. I was at Motown when Boys and Men were the biggest group in the world. Remember that for a split? For like a couple
Uh-huh.
of years, they were the biggest group in the world, selling out stadiums and all the rest of that stuff. And you know, it was a nice gig. I never really appreciated it. Well, actually, I did appreciate it, but I've never been starstruck. I asked, if there's somebody I
Right,
really
right.
respect, I want to get them on the phone with my mom, or I ask them the question I ask anybody: Can I have some money? Um, but or
They can have some money.
when I meet people, like I met Julia Roberts, who every time I see her, she remembers me. I met Julia Roberts. Black people love you. Oh, I love black people. I'm like, yeah, I mean, so yeah. I'm never the nicest celebrity I've ever met. Um, Wayne Brady. He's exactly what he appears to be. You know, um,
Some
and
celebrities are not.
Jermaine Jackson was just a wonderful guy. Right?
That's awesome. It's crazy, man. Like some stars, some celebrities, when you meet them, they put on a mask. You know what I'm saying? And just
but
to
in
right
Batman,
yeah, they put on a mask and like meeting them. Like
yeah,
I'm
but
never starstruck.
here's the thing: to be fair, you if you don't you I don't know what you're gauging out of it, but they can certainly there are certain celebrities I've met who appear to be standoffish or whatever, right?
Yeah,
Um, but that's not for most of them. It's not them being dicks. It's about time, right? I remember
right.
I ran a division for Magic Johnson team. I ran his animation and his publishing for a split second, and Magic rented out um, Six Flags for an afternoon.
Wow.
There was still people there, but um, the majority. I mean, we didn't wait on line. I mean, and everywhere he went, there were people who wanted to to be in his aura. I made the mistake once. This little girl was like, "Can I get a picture of Mr. Johnson?" I'm said, "Sure." So I went over to Maggie. I was like, didn't realize that you do that, right? You do that, then you're doing that for everybody, right?
Wow.
Right. And the mistake I made was that, well, I asked him discreetly, right? But how 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 messed up would it have seemed if if I would have said, "Hey, Maggie, you want to take a picture of this little girl?" And he would have said no, right? You
Yeah.
know. So it's really about time and about not only that you got people get handlers. You know,
Right.
but I've been lucky enough to, you know, to, to to get into business with some some really serious, A-listers. But it's never me pitching anything. It's usually because for whatever reason, you know, something resonates in them that they, you know, but that, you know, but Wayne's the nicest guy ever. I mean, he's just a sweetheart, right? Um, Bill Duke, just straight up, just knowledge. You know, it's just a good, good, he's a good guy. And I can tell you about some people who not. um, but a few years ago, Pitbull uh, did part of the halftime show at the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
I don't think he was. It was Pitbull, Neo. It was a bunch of. He wasn't the headliner, but he was on the bill, and he performed the show with Neo, who was he and I were becoming friends. So when Neo got off the stage at the uh, the Super Bowl, I called him. I'm like, "Aren't you glad I let you take my place because they invite?" He called me right back. You know, I mean that's the sort of stuff that when you know somebody's real, because he's
Right.
just so.
You friends with Neo, man? That's crazy.
I was friends with Neo, and then I think see this thing I was telling you about my hacking. Um, that man, emails, uh, text messages, things have been going out that I had no idea had gone out to
Mm.
people, right? So, uh, um, so I'm always worried about because I reached out to him like a year ago and didn't I usually get a response like I didn't get a response and don't I have no idea whether or not it's because of I know I haven't done anything, but I know that there's people people got emails from me which I didn't send. You know, I mean it's crazy. It's I'm calm because I've been dealing with it for so long that it's like a matter of fact thing, but it's really destroyed a great deal of my existence.
Wow.
So I mean it's really really bad. Let me see if I can show you some of this stuff from here. Any other questions, man, about me dating Jada and anybody else, man?
Hey. Yeah, man. Like, what about the Guardian? What
Guardian
you was
line.
telling me. Yeah,
See, if you on your computer instead of on what do you get, a iPhone or Android?
I have an Android.
Android, better known as Hacker's Paradise. Um,
Yeah,
man, you got an antivirus on there and all the rest of that stuff. You got a
yeah, yeah,
VPN.
yeah. I work.
You got a
All
VPN, or you just saying yeah? Because
Yeah, yeah. Of course.
yeah, yeah, well, yeah. Well, who's your VPN carrier?
Can't tell you all that. That's my sources.
You can't tell me.
My sources. My sources.
I'm gonna give you three VPN carriers. Just tell me if it's one of those three. All right. Lately, campaign, or what's the third one? Luna. Any one of those three?
Nope.
Good, because I just made those names up.
I know.
I, you know what? Proton. No, I mean, you named a VPN. I have it. Didn't matter. Did not matter. These are, these are I'd be impressed if it wasn't so bad stuff that they're doing. But how do you know Tony?
Tony. Oh yeah, me and Tony, we knew each other from way back. He was a fan of Jarhead, and
Tony
we
was a fan of Jarhead.
yeah,
Must
yeah. I was a fan of his work too. I followed him for years.
must be
I had
hard.
him on a show twice, 3 times already.
I like Tony in a non-sexual way.
In an odd sexual way. I feel you. I feel you.
Non-sexual. You know,
Non-sexual way. I get what you're saying. I get what you're
non-sexual.
saying. He said non-sexual way.
I talk to me like, "What are you wearing?" I'm like, "What are you asking me that for, man? Come on."
Nah, you know,
He's a good guy. He's got a hell of a freaking history. I mean,
yeah,
the boy's been
yeah.
publishing 15 years, um, and gets no love because he's such a humble guy. I'd be screaming that stuff. I'd be like, "Yo, where's
Mm.
my where's what?" I'm sorry, man. I'm freaking out because oh, there it is. Whew. All right, let me see if you can see some of this artwork. Oh, wait a
You
minute.
said that's
Perhaps you missed the cover story of when I was on the cover of LA Weekly. I mean, Us Weekly.
wow. That's awesome.
See that? Sexy man. See that?
That's
Matthew
awesome.
Henry. That was fun. And I'm very talented.
I
Hold
mean,
on a
you're a
second.
big
Let me.
celebrity, man. You know.
I'm not a celebrity. I created this character. Marvel tried to take it from me.
Oh, you created Hawk.
Yeah, I created. Oh,
Wow.
created this.
You serious?
Created
Oh
that.
wow.
Negro, I was 1 year old when the Hulk came out.
Ah, okay, okay, okay. All right now.
You know, Batman.
You about to give.
Yeah, I created Batman. All right. Okay. Hold on a second. Can I show you something?
Mm, 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 mm. Very big Joker.
No, I do not joke. I make I make funny quips. I'm trippy. Uh,
Hey Tony, he loves you, guy. He loves you, man.
Tony
Just
loves
like I
me.
love you, man.
Well, hey, dude, I don't really need. Hey, look, hey, you do your thing, man. You guys, you can marry now in certain states.
Uh, I'd rather not.
Yeah. Ah, shit. I don't have any. I don't have it. Oh wait. There was the mentor of the when I won mentor of the year. You see, let's put this shine. Is it the light? Can you put the light down? So yeah, that's the light. See that mentor of the year?
Wow.
Yeah, that's Steve Harris, who was my student at the time. They wanted. I wanted to shoot with one of my students. I mean, because just me. How's that showing I'm a mentor? You know. Hold on a second. Stuff I'm doing for a DC project I'm working on.
Wow. Awesome.
I'm very talented. Yeah. Hold on.
Very awesome.
Very awesome. It is very awesome. Yeah. Oh, one of my pages.
See, you're a very big celebrity, and I'm very
Yeah, I'm not
honored
a
to have
celebrity.
you
Yeah,
on
I created Superman.
the show.
Hold on. Wait. Right.
Batman.
No, you gotta say it right. I'm Batman. No, really, I'm
Batman.
Batman. No, I'm Batman. All right. Again for the DC project.
Are really special. Thank you for sharing with us.
Really special. Thank you. What were you reading a comment? I thought you said
Yeah.
there was a comment.
She said those pictures are really special. Thank you for sharing with us.
Who said that?
Catherine.
Wait. My thing I'm doing, Black Rain. Hold on a second. Is it? Hold on a second. What is that? Oh, that's. I was about to say, what is that face? That's the TV in the back of me. Is it?
I can see it.
All right.
Black
I know
rain.
I'm very. It's dark side. It's dark side. Hold on a second. Shit. All right. Here's one of my pages with my character Superman. I created.
Great body of
Um,
work.
this
Spear
is,
Feather said, "Great body of work."
yeah, I work out. Hold on a second. You see it?
Yeah, very awesome. Very
All
very
right.
awesome.
Third page spread. I call this character right here in your face, man.
Well, thank you,
Uh,
thank you, thank you. The in your face man.
Hold on a second. Here's a character that Wayne Brady and I created. Her name is hold on a second. I'm tired. Coolest name in the history of black characters. Um mm, Damn it. What? I forgot the name. I am tired. I forgot the name of my flagship character, Wayne and I. Oh yeah, okay. There you go. All right. Uh,
Wow.
yeah, her
Black
name is
rain.
Grace, and her superpowers give out at the most inappropriate moments. But she's even badder without her superpowers, which is why her superhero name is Amazing Grace. And scene. Yeah, very. What's the name?
Ah.
Uh, Shoot, I'm so tired. Very famous, very famous. Say what? Who? Who? No, I was thinking about my friend, the producer, the showrunner who's writing Amazing. Painting. None of these are Photoshop, by the way.
That's so awesome.
I know I'm very impressed.
Very awesome.
I'm very. Hold on a
Very
second.
very talented.
Check out Boys in the Hood.
That's the Wizard of Oz.
But check them out.
Oh man. In the hood.
You know, you know, you know. Hey Dorothy, you don't come around here, bitch. I mean, I don't mean to do this, but I'm showing you and Tony my dick.
Well, no.
That's Bridget
I
Nixon,
know.
man.
I
They
know
call
you
him
don't
Tricky Dick.
read YouTube comments also, so I have to ask. Did you
That was
claim
Bridget
he
Nixon, man. It's definitely her thing.
Instagram, or was that a joke? It was just a joke. It was just
What
a
was the
joke.
joke?
And somebody said, "Well, I said I know you don't read YouTube comment a lot, so I have to ask: Did he claim he created Superman,
I did create. Hey, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
or was that a joke?" He said,
Not a
"Yeah, I
joke.
said that was a joke.
Not a joke. Shit. Uh-oh.
That was a joke." And he has a.
And Batman. Another double
It's the
page
and
spread.
Batman.
Notice a jazz. Get closer so you can see the ink work. I guess you can't. You know, when I go on white people's podcast, they actually can put the artwork on.
Got
the,
you. I got you. I got you.
Miles.
Miles Davis, one of my favorite jazz musicians.
Yep, my great grandfather.
That's your great grandfather?
Yep, I'm lying.
I know. I know he was. That's why I said that. He
Prove me
has
wrong.
a white
Prove me wrong. Hold on a second.
Max. Get off. Go to bed. Go to bed, Max. Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. We
I
don't
can't
want to
see
see that. LOL. My audience is so nasty.
Now check this out.
Go to bed,
See him doing
Spear.
with Wayne. See him doing with Wayne. Here's the thing: Wayne Brady is a cover. You know, I mean, he just got famous by accident, but he's really a freaking hitman. Right?
Hashtag so nasty.
Well, the back end.
That's cool. That's some cool, you know.
I like the design of the guns. I'm very talented.
Hey, maybe you could talk Wayne Brady into coming on the show, man.
Well, no.
Oh, that's cold. That's cold.
Check it out. Here's my entire
Joshing around.
presentation for the milestone movie. This is how much time I was on the screen. Ready? I'm done.
No.
I
was laughing at him saying he made Batman, Superman, and was related to Miles Davis.
You can
prove him wrong.
It's actually a real book. You can actually still get this on Amazon.
The Littlest Bite.
No, the Littlest Bitch. The H is cut off. It's called the Littlest Bitch. I'm not kidding.
The Littlest Bitch.
And
the Little Bitch.
This is the cover of my memoirs that should be out next year.
Black people. What the hell? Everything you.
Uppity.
Ah, I see. Well, you know what? You can actually come on the show and.
I'm never coming back to your show,
talk
man.
about
I've never been so disrespected. Oh, hold on a second, man. Hold on.
He's joking around.
Hold on a second. Is that me and my boy
fun.
Neil? Me and my boy Neil Gaiman.
Neil Gaiman.
You don't know who Neil Gaiman is?
No.
Oh, your audience is about to get all in your butt. Your audience is about to get all in
I know Neil Gaiman is.
You don't know who Neil Gaiman is.
I know him by face. I don't know him by face. I know him by face, but I mean, sometimes look. I'll be all over the place. Sometimes
I know him by face. What? You have. All right, your audience is about to get all in your ass.
Hey, audience, don't get in my ass. 161. Well, you are creeping closer to 200, my dude. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Max. Sandman. Yes.
A couple of years ago, when all my hacking started, it was 2019, somebody went on my Facebook and said I had committed suicide. So people thought I was dead for like a day. But this what happened, right? When news when people thought I was dead, this what happened.
April Miles' name became one of the biggest trending topics on Twitter. Wow.
Yeah, that's before I came back.
Is nasty. Hashtag King is nasty. Watch him, he's tricky. Prove me wrong.
There were people going online saying shit. Yeah, man, me and Mike had dinner together. I had no idea who these people were. Right? I was like, you're like this. Wait, you're like this. You know, I do this thing called the Black Panel.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so a couple of years ago, we did the 25th anniversary. I started it when I was 5. So funny. So my boy Neil, he did a testimonial for the video, talking about how cool and how I gave him the ideas to Sandman and American Gods and Caroline. Yeah, I played the sound, but all he's saying is Michael was my inspiration for everything that I ever did. He called me for spelling correction, stuff like that.
Neil.
Yeah. So oh, here you go. Here's some interior pages.
That's so awesome, man. That's woo. That's real cool. Real cool.
Like I said, I work from photographs, so who can show you that? Oh, pay attention.
That's why I keep trying to tell people he is a big star. Everybody, don't
I
let
know.
him trick you. He's a big. Michael is a big star.
You know, you got it.
Yes, you are. Yes, he is.
All right. Now you're thinking to yourself, self, that's Photoshop. Well, you would be wrong because that's it on the easel.
Wow.
And that's a little further down there.
That's wild. You're great at painting, man. You're awesome.
All right. All right. So here are some of the other pages.
Yeah, man. I can't believe I ran into a legend, man. Can't believe I ran into a legend.
Great talent.
Yes, she is. You're a legend, man. You're a legend.
I'm not a legend. Not a legend.
I am not going to stop saying that you're a legend.
There's my character coming to a wall, Superman.
Hey, man. Hey, Max, get him. Get him.
Whoa. You know that thing
I said, get him.
Superman, here's my scene when he, the spaceship leaving Krypton.
You created that, didn't you?
I created Krypton, yeah.
He said you created Krypton.
I really shouldn't. I can't show you. I can't tell you the premise for this thing I'm doing. I'll just leave you with this. What if Billy Batson was black? Oh, that's Batman page from the graphic novel.
Superman was created in 1938.
Yeah, I created it in 1938. I got a time machine.
1938 got a time machine.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, I didn't know. I didn't know Hawk was out that long. He was 1 year old.
On the easel, a little further along. Now, I did that with Photoshop. You're Photoshop. I didn't want to see that. Oh, you definitely want to see that. Hold on. So this was in progress. Wait a second. Okay. Just to make sure. So this was in progress. Got it?
Yeah, I like it. I really do.
And this is the finish. So it was supposed to be the finish, and I kept tinkering with it. Screwed it up. Where is it? Damn. You know that's the ballerina.
Yes, it is.
Copeland.
Mm-hmm.
That's an exhibit I'm having.
He said, and my real name is Spike Lee. Hey,
no, that's my cousin.
Max. Max. He said that's my cousin. Damn, I didn't know.
I was asked to roast Stan Lee. So I had to get on the plane, so I had to be quick. So the first thing I said was, Stan, you need to call your baby, your baby mama, because Spike is older. Boom, boom. Then I said how I created Spider-Man, because I created Spider-Man and Superman and Batman. But Stan and I, we're in the Crips, right? Don't worry about it.
He said we're the Crips.
And we had to put some work in on some people over at DC. So we went over there and we missed, but we tried to bust a cap in somebody, and then we had to run. We ran into a wooded area, and Stan was standing under this tree. He was like, "What's that? What's that?" I said, "That's a spider, man."
Oh man.
I'm here already. Yo, man,
Oh man.
I got a book because first of all, joining this. Oh, what, did I show you this? My that's on the. See closely, you can see the paint. You can see the paint. Oh,
Yeah, that's all. I see it.
boy, I don't know if I see that. I got joining this website thing, man. It's like they wanted all sorts of permission to do stuff. So I got to get this stuff off of here. So that's just a recipe for hacking.
Disaster. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So check this out.
I know somebody that can help you with it. That can help you.
Really,
Yeah, I know somebody that can help your situation.
really,
Yeah.
because I've heard that before.
Oh no, no, no. He's
No,
great.
a real man is your young lady friend still alive? Is it Catherine? Caton?
Catherine. Yeah, she's right there in the comments.
A real man is not ashamed to say he collect Barbies.
I ain't collecting no Barbies. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
hey, hey, trust me. You say to would you like to come upstairs and see my Barbie collection? Oh, that's so staying in touch with your manly self. I don't know how well
If-
you'll be able to see this, but you see it's on the easel.
yeah. He said, yo, Max was like, well, Catherine, only if you like chunky.
I'm like, what? I was like, what?
Max was like, well, Catherine, only if you like chunky.
I don't get it.
chunky, chunky peanut butter.
What? What?
Oh my
What does that
God.
mean? I'm missing something. Chunky peanut butter.
Nah,
Oh, wait a minute.
Catherine said, "Ha, my friend Desmond will eat all your peanut butter." He
What the
said, "He
fuck are
said,
you
well,
talking
Catherine,
about?
if you like chunk, only if you like chunky."
What?
He said,
I
Max
have
said,
no idea. What did that
Max said,
conspiracy code or something? If I
sound
like
like a
chunky.
prelude to murder. We want to see, want to see my dogs.
What? I have no idea what what that means. I better not go online and see it means what was that? Break something? Okay, so that thing that went smash was just
I confused the man. My mission is complete. He confused you.
so you wanna see my bitch?
Ooh, a female dog. Mm-mm-mm.
No, no, that's this girl I was dating. She loved you.
I want to see it. I want to. I want to.
I
I
don't
want
know
to
where the
eat
rest
it.
of this stuff went.
Makes my tongue feel fuzzy.
All right, man,
Y'all crazy.
send me that. Oh, you want to see something hilarious? So back in 2020, I kept getting these fundraising um, requests from Trump's people. So I would get one of these cards. I'd send them $1 or whatever, right? And this was one of the names I used.
Platinum. It's official Trump
Oh, this is the
22
name.
2020 platinum card. Wow.
See the
Wow.
name?
That's nah. I can't see it.
You don't see the name?
Where's the name at?
What happened? Why did I go? Oh, hold on a second. I'll put my finger on it. Hold on a second. All right, see where my finger is?
Yeah.
Right there.
What the fuck?
You can't read that?
Piss on me.
They sent it. You got a little quiet. I got a bunch of them, man. Oh,
Hey,
it's funny, man. I was at this
see,
Comic-Con,
that's what
man.
you get when you come
I
on
was
the In Your
posing with
Face
this
show,
guy
baby.
who didn't know that I was a co-creator for Static. That's me and the Spider-Man thing.
Wow.
Maybe just so yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that's funny. All right, man. I'd love to stay here and no, I wouldn't. Hold on a second. I was looking for one particular thing that I did for your boy, Tony. Oh, okay. Here's something. These are the These are the order forms for. Oh, you can't see it because it's order form for the curriculum books that I got. For the, God, now you just have to. Those are the books. That's the order forms from Pearson Learning. But hold on a second. Pearson Learning is the biggest educational publisher in the world, period. And they picked up when Simon. I did the books Simon and Schuster. When Simon and Schuster bought, Pearson Learning bought Simon and Schuster's educational department. They kept of all the books that Simon and Schuster were publishing, and you'll remember these. Remember this in your school, Ready Reader and Plaid Phonics?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they kept Ready Reader, Plaid Phonics, and the Action Files. My project, and that's the teacher's guide right there.
That's wild, man. How
Only
come our school never had
program in the country which is curriculum based.
our school never had that.
DC couldn't do it. Well, no one's had it. DC couldn't do it. Marvel couldn't. Nobody's done it. I'm the only person on the planet to get it done in the schools as a curriculum. And
Wow.
what props do I get?
Not a damn thing.
That's right, man. Wait a minute. Doesn't matter. I know I did it.
Hey, Mr. Michael. Hey, man. I'm so sorry that I haven't.
Oh, that's a letter from thing from Wayne. We missed each other. We missed. I'll show you. We missed. Mr. This is guy's busy with 9,000 things. He missed my call, and he's like, I apologize. He's doing a million things. He didn't have. And this is the kind of guy he is. He didn't have to do this.
Hey, Mr. Michael. Hey, man. I'm so sorry that I haven't been able to talk to you.
Yeah, I can't say the rest because it's like I love you. I'm gonna send you some flowers. But yeah. Imagine that you got literally the guy's doing 40-hour days, or he gets maybe 4 hours of sleep a day, and he takes the time to just say, "Hey, I'm sorry I wasn't able to connect with you," and he doesn't. I mean, that's a good guy. I mean, and that's what we're Oh, hold on a second. Let me just hold on a second. I can't show you. I'll black it out. Hold on a second. Oh yeah. Hold on a second. Maybe this will be some peanut butter. I need to know what I gotta black out. I shouldn't tell you that, but it's cool. All right. Yeah. Now this is just me bragging. Guess who I got a Christmas call from? That's the guy that owns Virgin up in this bitch. Nice guy. First present. I turned down a job with them. I said, because they didn't have enough black people. I'm kidding. I did not say that. Well, man, that's. I got to split. I'd love to spend some more time talking about peanut butter, but I don't know what that means. But send me your PDF, man. But I'm gonna give you the email to send it to.
All right, not a problem. Not a problem.
All right, man.
Let me take us out of here.
I need to know what that peanut butter reference is. I've been like going
I got
you. It's some alien shit. It's like.
Let me take us out of here. Hey, y'all, man. If y'all,
thank you, audience. You know,
if y'all can hit that like button, if y'all can hit that like button, if y'all can hit that subscribe button, please do that for me, please.
Yeah, do that for him.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel and help us get to 500, baby. You know what I'm saying? And on that 200th episode, I still didn't forget about you guys. We're getting some T-shirts made, and for the fan art guy, for the people who are doing the fan art who want to join the contest, you can join the contest. I will be for the winner of the fan art contest, I will be giving out a original Jarhead cover, gold cover.
Forget that, man. I mean, add that, man. I'm gonna do an original Static Shock painting, and I'm gonna give it to you to give out.
All right. See, y'all.
I'm not doing
that. Yeah, we about to go there, but
not unless I get some peanut butter reference.
I don't know. But
it's like peanut butter, what you get in prison when they like you, some shit like that. Oh, what is this?
Yeah, and also too, if y'all could, I'll be giving out a golden
shower
Jarhead cover, the original Jarhead golden cover, and for the winner. That's for the winner. Now on the 200th episode, I have a big surprise for you guys. We will be premiering the King Hot Seat in person later on that day. So, without further ado, this is the In Your Face show. And we out. Peace.
All right, man. Good talking to
you. Hold up.